Good morning.
Good morning. So it's now Monday morning. We're hoofing it out of Pamplona. On track again today because we got up early and found the Oggy Berry Cafe just down the end of where we were staying. Lovely traditional breakfast.
Yeah, so back out on the road at 7:30,
Yep,
just
and
been talking to Betsy and Dan.
which is really strange because we spoke to them on the first day. And
All our roommates.
Yes, in Bailahari.
St. John.
And then lost them, and then lo and behold, we're walking out of the city, and
we're running into them.
yeah. And I was reminded on Facebook, some friends we met, Brad and Linda, and Bill and Lisa. Well, we met them many years ago, walking into Puenta la Reina.
Yes.
And it was Brad and Linda's wedding anniversary. So happy wedding anniversary! In case you ever watch this, guys. And
yeah, around the same time.
yeah, well, it would have been.
Yeah.
And that's the Camino.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're on our way to Puenta la Reina.
It's looking a little bit iffy.
Yeah, it's drizzly.
So we've got our pack covers on,
Yes,
and we've got our ponchos out. So we're
Ready
all
to go.
prepared today.
that's it. So halfway for us is the steel statues, but we'll report back many times before then.
Yes. Bye.
So we're halfway to the steel statues. We dodged one rain shower this morning, but that rain looks like it's coming up the valley. So we've lobbed our ponchos on just in case, and we're hoping that it will actually blow over. Problem is, if you don't put your poncho on and it did what it did yesterday, by the time you reacted, it would have been drenched. So let's see how we go. So the rain's now closing in all around us. So we're going to get a dump now. What I'm hoping is it doesn't set in, hoping that it blows, but the wind's dropped. So we do not want this to turn into a set-in wet day. We'll see. It really does look as if that rain squall might have blown over the top of us, because the colours from the sun coming out are gorgeous. So we're heading towards the steel statues. So way in the distance you can see a line of windmills. Just to the right of those is where we're heading. After the steel statues, there's quite a long descent on the other side, and it's quite slippery. Lots of loose rocks, so you just got to be careful down there. Although some people who seem to be good at going downhill just fly down it like it's nothing. So it's about 1:45 in the afternoon. We just left the little town of Uterga, and we've got a couple of little towns to walk through before we get to Puenta la Reina. Now the guidebook says that's roughly 6 kilometres, so at our pace it's about an hour and a half. So we may or may not stop at one of these little towns for a coffee, but either way, so what's that, 1:45, 2:45, 3:15, something like that, we'll be arriving in Puenta la Reina. So it's turned very, very cold, really chilly. Gloves and beanie type weather. But the rain we dodged so far, but it's hanging around.
First poppies just outside of Pamplona. Look looking good for this year's Flower Fest. The wind does a really cool effect on the wheat. Makes it look like it's ocean.
So we're staying tonight in Puenta la Reina in the bar, restaurant, hotel, Albe Jacu, just at the start of town. So you can sleep here in Albe rooms. In the Albe part they've got double rooms. Obviously there are hotel rooms. Really cool thing is they have a restaurant that has set meals you can sign up for. They do breakfast, and they also have a bar from 6 a.m. that does coffee, etc. Good choice. The river adjacent to Puenta la Reina is really muddied up. So I don't know what that's about. Has there been, because of the storm activity or something upstream? Not very inviting, is it? Looks really silty. So Puenta la Reina, named after this bridge, which was built to help the pilgrims, and I think either paid for or organised by the Queen of Spain at the time. And it's on the exit of the town. It's quite a nice town. I'll walk down the street in the old part of town and have a look for you. So Puenta la Reina is quite a large town. It's got a modern part and obviously an older part, like most of these towns we walk through. Just interrupted the video to talk to one of our friends who we met on the first night in Bailari. It's really nice when you start out in an albergue like Bailari, because you meet enough people that for the first week or so, when you're finding your way, there are people who you remember and who remember you. Really good. So this is very typical of the older Spanish towns that you walk through, and often they have a long main street. Very quiet at the moment because I'm guessing people are or the pilgrim people are getting ready for tea or having tea in their albergue, and the locals don't come out too much later, especially on a Monday night. Mandatory cathedrals. There's quite a few in this town actually. We'll see a few of them on the way out tomorrow as we leave town. Some of the older apartments are really nicely done. Love the wooden doors. Don't know whether they're really old or new approximations. The newer, more modern part of town is a little bit north of the old town where most pilgrims find their way.
Hi.
Good afternoon. So it's Monday afternoon. We're in Puenta la Reina at Hotel Albergue Jacu. Checked in okay. They have two sittings in their restaurant for tea, a 6 o'clock and a 7:45. And the 6 o'clock was already booked, so we're going to do the 7:45 sitting.
Yes, so we've rehydrated.
Yeah, we had a few
before our shower.
Yeah, and we'll
had something to eat.
Watch a bit of TV. Well, it's really blown up cold outside again, so I don't know whether it's going to be a storm like yesterday. We'll see. We might be able to go for a walk in town, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had a great day today.
Yeah, I think we did okay today. We're starting to find our feet, so that's really, really good. You still feel tired when you get into the town, but a lot better than we have the last few days, so I think it's all good.
That's it. Okay guys, more tomorrow.
Bye.